I brought some clean blankies out here for the boys. They just got done with their protein cookies, so their pouches are a little full. Brought them out clean blankies. Because again, it's been a couple weeks since they've had blankies out here. When I bring them in and wash them, I just don't think to bring them out right away. It's kind of neat that I wait though, because then it's like exciting to them. And Nikko. And there's Harley. And there's Petey. Petey sees the blankies up there. He sees them. He's like, I want to go get me a blankie. There we go. He got him a blankie. It's so funny how they love their blankies. Hi, Nikko. Can I come sit down over here? Yeah, just sprayed everything down, huh? Cleaned up a little bit out here. So, I'm going to give you an update on what they think of the new bedroom. Oh, I gotta watch Harley here. Oh, he comes up here with his blankie. So, last video I told you how the boys didn't like their hammocks, and I was so heartbroken over it, and I didn't know what I was going to do. You know, I try so hard to keep them happy. I just want them to be happy. And so, when there's something that they don't like, then I'm like, I got to figure out a way to fix it. So anyway, and I've told you guys before, and I know this, they don't like change. They do not deal well with change. They, it's Harley. They thrive on structure and routine, and they don't like change. Huh, Harley man, say, I don't like change. I don't like change at all. So anyway, but I really, in my head, I was thinking it's not that big of a change, so maybe it won't be that bad. Hey, baby. Anyway, I was thinking it wouldn't be that bad, but yeah. So, but I do have some good news. It took a full week, exactly 1 week, and Petey finally started sleeping in a hammock. So Petey started sleeping in the hammock about, was that 4 nights ago, I think? About 4 nights ago. And he's pretty much back to his normal routine now. Their routine was when I would bring them in to the living room enclosure, they go right into their hammocks and watch TV. And then, but when I did the new living room, they didn't do that. So, goodness. Now I got Nikko there. Petey has started doing that now, though. Petey now, when I bring him in, he goes right to his hammock and gets his little mirror and watches TV. So, so that's an update on Petey. Petey's finally sleeping in a hammock. And then last night, I think, might have been Harley's first night sleeping in a hammock. I bring up their camera on my phone when I'm in bed, and I just leave it up until I fall asleep so that I can see what they're doing or where they're sleeping or whatever. And last night, oh, here comes Petey. Petey brought his blankie over here. Last night, Harley went into a hammock. I mean, he went into one the night before for just a little while. He was in there for maybe 30 minutes or so, but he didn't sleep in there. But last night, I'm pretty sure he slept in there. He was sleeping in there for a good 2 hours before I fell asleep. And then normally when I wake up in the morning, I'm up before them, and I'll pull up the camera and I'll just see if they're still sleeping. Well, this morning they were up way before me because I heard them. And the reason, so I couldn't tell whether or not he actually slept in his hammock all night. But the reason they were up early was because, okay, for some reason, Harley does not like how I have arranged my other living room. I finally yesterday got a chance to move all the furniture kind of where I wanted it and kind of start getting stuff set up in there. And last night when I brought them in, when I brought Harley in, when I walk through the front door, you don't walk through that living room, but it's just off to the left, and you can see it right there. Well, when I walked in with Harley last night, oh my gosh, Nikko's up there with the blankie over his whole body. That's what he does at night when he goes to sleep. Anyway, so when I walked in with Harley last night, oh my goodness, he looked over towards that living room, and I tell you what, it was nothing but cackling, loud cackling alarm calls when we walked in. And I was like, what the heck? So then I got the other two in, and in the living room there, and all three of them were doing alarm calls for a good 30 minutes straight. Loud cackling alarm calls. And I was like, what the heck? There is something in my living room that he doesn't like. Hey there, Harley. You just knocked the Petey down. Petey says, I'll take my blankie over here to the tree. Anyway, so yeah, they were doing alarm calls. I had to go to my craft room and get a poster board to cover over that fireplace, because that fireplace is see-through to the other living room. So I was like, well, maybe if I cover that up. I covered it up. Nope, they were still doing alarm calls. So I don't know. But this morning they woke up doing alarm calls, and they couldn't even see in the living room anymore, but they were still doing alarm calls. So I didn't get to see if he actually slept the whole night in there or not. Hold on here. Hi there, baby. My baby. So that's where we're at with the boys and their new bedroom. Nikko still has not slept in a hammock, even for a short period of time. Like Petey and Harley, at least they would go in there for a little while and check out the hammock, and it took them a few days to, finally sleep in there, even for a little bit, but Nikko has not gone in there yet. So I don't know. Poor little Nikko. I feel bad for him, because he's kind of stressed out with this situation. This is a huge newness to him. I mean, not only, did I switch out their living rooms, but he's never slept in there with them, and so it's, anyways, he's a little stressed out, and I can tell, two ways I can tell. One is, oh, hold on here, Harley's about to jump off me. There we go. One way I can tell that he's stressed out is because he has the celiac disease, and stress can cause flare-ups, and he's been having bad flare-ups. Oh my goodness, Nikko just jumped on me. He's been having flare-ups. Ouch. Now Harley's pulling, hold on here. I got Nikko on me, but Harley's pulling on him. He was pulling on the blankie. He got the blankie. And then you dropped it. You want to go get it, Nikko? Nikko's on my shoulder. Anyway, so yeah, he's been having some flare-ups, and so his stomach's not doing well right now. And he's also, since we moved over to the new sleeping arrangements, he also has been displaying some abnormal behaviors, and I'm very aware of that. It's very common, actually, in captive monkeys. Not normal, but common. And I watch very closely to make sure that they don't have their abnormal behaviors. Well, Nikko has been lately. He's been whipping his head a lot. And that tells me he's stressed. And so, when I see them do any sort of abnormal behaviors, I immediately make whatever changes I think I need to make to make sure that they're not upset or stressed. And I just don't know what to do about this one, because I don't know. I don't know. I really think that over time it'll be okay. He really does need to be with them, and he really does need to be diaper free. So there's Harley up there. Not sure what he's eating on. Might be some cookie crumbs, as they just got done having their protein cookie. So anyway, yeah, Nikko's not taking it very well, but and so I lay in bed and watch him, and he just sleeps on, usually, well, it's either the blue table or that middle black ledge, and he just puts the whole blankie over his body, and that's how he sleeps. And I'm just like, oh, I just feel so bad for him. But I'll just keep an eye on it, and I don't know. But yeah, they don't deal well with change. They just don't deal well with change at all. But they're good boys. They really are good boys. That's the bowl out here from yesterday, I think. Yeah, it was yesterday. I brought them out chickpeas yesterday, and they took the bowl again, and I didn't get it last night. I couldn't find it last night, actually, when I came out here to get them. Well, well, well. Petey's gonna go up there and... Oh, I guess not. I thought maybe he was gonna look through the mirror. Hi there, Petey man. My little Petey. My Petey. Petey wants to see himself. Oh my goodness. Petey wants to ride the ride. That's what Petey wants. He's on me. I can't. There we go. There's that Petey. There's that Petey. He's a good boy. Yeah, he's a good boy. Look at how Nikko just has his legs wrapped around my neck, sitting on my shoulder. It's Harley and Petey. Harley's gonna get the bowl and Petey's gonna get the blankie. Harley's using the bowl as a mirror. That's so funny. Yeah, these benches here, they've been knocking them over. They broke that one over there, and this one actually looks like it's broken too. It's really not their fault. They're just kind of cheap little, yeah, that one's broken too. They're just cheap little benches that I had gotten, but hey, they lasted us 3 years. So next year, in the spring, I think, before I bring them out here, I will come out here and build a couple little benches that are a little more sturdier. Probably something a little more similar to what's there on the outside of the enclosure. That's pretty sturdy. So I'll probably do something like that in here, because those just are not very sturdy. So oh, there we go. Harley's going to chase after. Oh, Harley got it. Petey's like, he took my blankie. That was my blankie. Poor Petey. He says, I just go get this one. Nikko's still on my shoulder. I'm just walking around. Nikko's just on my shoulder. Get you another blankie there, Petey. Yeah. Harley took your blankie, huh? Giving me monkey hugs. Oh my goodness. Nikko doesn't give monkey hugs very often. Holy cows. Yeah. Little Nikko. Yeah. And there he goes play biting. He says, yeah, the love don't last long. Yeah, I got play bite.